Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to a daily energy check. As promised, today we'll have a separate intention reading. Today the Mars is turning direct, so it's been in retrograde for a little while and it does that every couple of years. So it's not super, like the cycle is not as long as for planets like Uranus or Neptune, but it certainly is powerful. It's still quite a big deal. And when the planet turns direct, and we know that Mars has Aries energy in it, it's all about this masculinity in its raw form, and it's in terms of making decision, asserting your position, having courage to take action and following through, kind of like walking the talk. So when the planet is in its direct position, and especially when the switch happens, we may feel an extra push. And it's generally, whichever planet turns direct, it's more towards taking action outwards. And this is Mars. So this is amplified even more so. And although, if I'm not mistaken, Mars is in Cancer right now, and it's kind of a debilitating position for Mars in general. But it's still, and I feel like we have been in this energy for a few days now where we feel that momentum that's like, okay, I need to just go. There's no more time for excuses, for postponing it, for, waiting for the right time and all that stuff. So the questions I'm going to ask today, so we still have 3 questions as always. But first of all, it's going to be, where do we feel we have blocks when it comes to taking action? Where are the action that maybe we're not taking because there is some kind of a fear, that some kind of block, some kind of limiting belief? The second question is going to be, what is the advice, what action is needed at this time? What do we start with, right? Because maybe we're thinking about something big and ambitious, but it's like, okay, here and now, where do we go? What is needed? And then the third question is going to be, what does this change mean in terms of the twin flame connection and getting closer to union, connecting more with your person, things like that. I will start with a quick message from the Oracle deck, and today I've got the Quantum Oracle. Won't go too deep into it because I realized that I'm back to doing long readings this week, and I don't really have that intention in mind. It's just the way it comes out, but I'll try to be a little bit more on point, on time today. So yeah, let's just, you know me, I can talk for a while, especially if I'm tuned into the energy, like messages keep floating, keep flowing, and I'm just a channel in this case. Okay, and of course, please, if you enjoy the reading, don't forget to click the like button, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel. I am going to be talking new moon in Pisces this coming week. I will probably do a new moon reading also with guidance for each zodiac sign on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. And tomorrow I'm starting to publish March forecasts for each zodiac sign on the other channel, Mindful Bamboo. There's a handle in the description box if that's also new to you. And there you'll also find a playlist with my podcast, Mindfully Awake, where you can find out more about different topics on mindfulness and wellness. So, feminines, you've got the deserving card. Again, I feel like we have it so many times. This is like combination of 601, 6 of Cups energy, right? But this is so great. And it's like, immediately what comes to mind is, do you not take action because you don't feel deserving? You don't feel like, you feel like maybe it's like an imposter syndrome, where it's like, oh no, I'm not really that person. I kept saying something like that in my life when it comes to dancing. So a lot of you know that I have been doing a lot of dancing in the recent years. I have been competing, performing in shows, whereas I'm not a pro dancer. And for many, many years, because of health issues and certain limiting beliefs that I had in my head, sometimes I would literally say out loud, I'm not a dancer. No, I don't do this. So think about maybe something where you haven't felt like you were deserving, or maybe subconsciously you're postponing action because you feel that you are not ready yet, right? It may look like I haven't done enough training yet, haven't read enough about it, I haven't practiced enough before doing it in public eye, or something of that sort. Masculines, you've got friends and colleagues. Wow, yeah. So right now it's important to connect with friends and colleagues who you're in alignment with, who are in alignment with you, right? May not be everyone. Don't feel obligated to go to like family gatherings, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries just because that's something that family does. If you feel like when you get there, there is like, it's not really you don't have anything to talk about with those people, and you're just like looking at your watch, seeing like when is gonna be the convenient time to get out of there, right? Then don't waste your time on those. But there are always people that we do connect with, and we don't always even acknowledge that, because those connections, those relationships are usually easier and they're smoother, so we don't have as much it's not as much in our focus. But those people a lot of times are the ones that hold us up and help us in time of need. So look into that and see who that person could be for you today. So I'm just gonna fix lighting a little bit. There we go. I don't know if that actually fixed it, but maybe like that. Okay. Now, let's see what we have as the main reading. So, 3 questions. What is the block, the advice of action, and what does it mean for the union and for the connection with your twin flame? Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. And this is the Page of Cups where your like pigs can fly kind of idea, right? And again, I'm sensing this energy of like, I don't know if this is ever gonna work. I don't know if I'm cut out for this, that kind of belief. So look into it. And for my personal opinion, I mean, that could be a whole podcast session of its own, and maybe I will do that in a couple of weeks. Because next week I'm traveling, so there will be a recorded session that I've already recorded for you guys. But when I'm back in March, I'll probably do something about sense of worthiness and all this stuff, how to work with blocks in that area. Right? But start with something small, but still something new for yourself. So you're getting out of your comfort zone, but a little bit slower. It's not always an option in life, but it does help, especially if like, deep down you know that you are just finding excuses. The Fool, you see, you need to trust, you need to start walking the walk. And the right circumstances and the right people will show up. Okay, so feminines, what are the blocks? The Devil and 4 Wands. Oh boy. Yeah, this is like being overly focused and overly tempted by union with your DM. Thinking that this is, you know, be all end all and I don't really need anything else in my life or even anyone else I'm hearing, right? Which is not the case. I mean, I've heard a lot of divine feminines who are in union say that they don't have many friends, that they don't really need anybody because, you know, their divine masculine is like fulfilling all those roles for them. Friends, family, everyone. Business partner, lover, father of my children or mother, etc., etc. And it's fine. And, you know, like as light workers, generally, sometimes we don't have a wide circle of friendships because it does drain our energy, right? And we are being more protective of that, and we focus on different things that most people do in our society. So that's fine, but it shouldn't be that relationship with your DM is the only one that matters to you. Especially if you're not in union yet, even more so. You need people who are in your corner, who can support you, and actually who you can support as well, because it's important to be able to give and receive both, to have those healthy relationships. So don't get too fixated on the union. Or the other side of it, I'm hearing for other people, the block is that you feel like if you're not in union yet, that something is seriously wrong with you. Like you don't feel worthy because of that. Like, I'm broken, I need a lot of healing, and I'm never gonna get it done. And even more so if you get triggered by the reaction of your DM or the state of your relationship right now. What is the block for the masculines? Seven of Swords clarified by the Star. Wow. Yeah, for the masculines, like the Seven of Swords is like telling yourself a lie, right? And this is thinking that, okay, how do I say this? It's like overriding the soul language or the heart energy with your mind, and like saying, no, like whatever your soul is trying to tell you, and it's like, no, this is what I'm gonna do. This is who I am. This is what I want, right? It's like the lack of cohesion between mind and heart. This is what I'm getting here. What is the advice of action for the feminine? Wow, Knight of Cups with Five of Swords this time. It's very important to be able to express your love, but without the agenda. Without, and this can be towards your twin flame, or it can be towards somebody else who matters to you. Do not have expectation that if you, whatever your token, your gesture of love is, that that person is going to reciprocate in the same way, or maybe even something bigger than that, right? Like, share it because you feel like sharing. When you start doing more of that, or just like in the moment, I feel like saying something that you're awesome, you're beautiful, that I value you so much, having you in my life, just say it. Do not wait for like, okay, so I'm gonna say these things or like help them out, and then I'll ask for what I need. I mean, definitely be open about your needs, of course, if that's the case. But do not make it that way where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do all this nice stuff, and then that person is gonna be loving and caring towards me, especially if you feel like it's just automatically gonna happen, right? Keep expressing love openly, innocently, without expectations. Even if it's a stranger and you pretty much know 100% that that person is not gonna reciprocate, because you're just gonna keep on walking and you'll never see them again. It matters, and it comes back to you tenfold. Action for the masculines. Look at all this major arcanas, the Emperor and the World. For the masculines are actually being guided, and that's why we have major arcanas here. Masculines are guided to let go of the ego side of the masculine energy, of that disintegrated part that is all about machismo and looking great and feeling cool, and like other masculines kind of like doing their version of the worshiping of the energy, right? Like this has to end. This needs to be cut, right? So focus on what you truly believe, like what your values are. And your values cannot be, I value that those friends like are jealous of me, or you know, they give me all these compliments, so they're in awe of how much I've accomplished. No, that's not a thing. It's still based on ego, right? And it is like, that's one of the difficulties that the masculines have, is to tune into their heart space, right? Especially if you don't have that habit, and a lot of the masculines don't. But that's where you're going to be guided. You'll have these opportunities, you'll have these experiences where you can exercise more of that. But you need to be able to be ready to answer yes to those opportunities, so that you go into them and not just like, no, I've got it. I have it all figured out. No, you don't. So go for the new experiences. What do we need to know of how this Mars turn indirect impacts the connection to our twin flame? What do the feminines need to know? The Empress. Look at that. We've got the Empress and the Emperor in this reading. We've got the power couple. This is our confirmation that we are on our way, first of all, and be the magic of the divine counterpart love. How beautiful it is, and how much support and guidance it can give us in any part of our life, right? So for the feminines, it's about following, like you need to focus on your Empress self. That's what I'm gonna say. I keep talking about mission and purpose. A lot of people interpret it as like, I need to work more. I need to like put more hours and energy on to do. Not always, not necessarily. Like your beauty can be expressed in so many different ways, and also like the beauty of your energy. And also a big part of it is taking care of yourself, is giving love to self, is becoming the best version of yourself. So that includes lots of self-care, self-love. That includes shadow work, healing, you know, looking into the eye of that fear, of those fears from the past, etc., etc. Enjoying your life truly within your own right, without necessarily having a specific person in your life, right? And how do I say this? Putting your creation into action. That will be so attractive for your masculine, I promise. So it's like if you have a creative idea and you just like, at most you take a note and you carry on because you have a gazillion of responsibilities and a job and this and that, and you don't really get to it. No, you need to get to it. Start getting to it. Masculines, you've got justice twice. Just saying. Thank you. I love when my guides do this. It's all about balance. I'm sorry, but it is true. And it is about, it is about karmic rebalancing 100%, but it's also about finding balance within. Because yes, justice is connected to Libra energy. It's about having that fair relationship with the other. In your case, since this part is about your twin flame connection with the feminine, right? Having that exchange, right? Having that fair union where you both give and receive. You're both there for each other, right? But you can truly do that when you have that balance within yourself, and you're not codependent, you're not needy, you're not feeling unworthy, right? Those things. So definitely, because you also had friends and colleagues, use that energy of friends and colleagues to find that what that balance would look like. Maybe those are the relationships where you're a little more comfortable and where you can experiment more, and when you can do more reflection on what does it mean to me, how did this feel, how do I want this relationship to go next, what do I want to say to this person when they treat me this way, right? And it will help you develop the sense of understanding of what that fair and equal relationship would look like with your feminine, right? And again, because it's major arcana energy, you will be receiving those opportunities and experiences, but you're supposed to say yes and to go with them, right? To be curious, to ask questions, and definitely ask your guides if you're not sure, what does this mean, or should I say yes? You can always ask your guides. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time,